Hey guys, what the heck is up? So today I'm gonna be filming how to get good grades in high school because I'm a senior and I've gotten pretty good grades all throughout high school. So let's get right into the video. Also, by the way, I'm gonna be wearing the same outfit in a couple of my most recent videos just because I'm pre-filming these. So, how to get good grades in high school. I have 10 tips for you today. Okay, so my first tip, number 1, is start working hard freshman year. I know it's like a struggle when you get into high school. You're like,
woo, sis.
because in comparison for me, middle school to high school was such a difference. Like, because in middle school I didn't really have to try. I just like got good grades, you know. And then when it came to high school, it was like,
Shit, man.
like you gotta put effort into this. It was crazy. So I really struggled freshman year. I was also going through a lot freshman year. High schools, all of high school I've kind of been going through a lot, but freshman year especially I was struggling, and I didn't really have the motivation to do the things that I needed to do, and my grades suffered because of it. My GPA is still fine. I got it up. I started working really hard. Middle freshman year, early sophomore year is when you know, I started getting things. I mean, I never failed or anything, but my grades just weren't the best, you know, but that's okay. I still have a really good GPA. I have like a 3.3, and I work really hard. I get like A's in all my classes. Like, I think I have like 1 B right now. It's a really high B, so anyways, so my second tip for you guys is to pay attention in class. I know how hard it is. It is literally so hard because I'm not ADD, but like, I swear I have the attention span of a squirrel. Like, it is so bad. Like, ooh, if you know me in real life, like,
You be knowing
what I'm talking about. Anyways, it's so important to pay attention in class. I know it's easy to get distracted, but paying attention really pays off. If you don't pay attention, teachers notice and are less kind if you need help. I've experienced that personally. Like, if I needed help and I wasn't paying attention to class, I was talking to my friend, because me and my good pal Taylor, we had a talking problem, and I think it was like freshman year in math class. We really talked a lot.
Yes.
I know that paying attention is common sense, but it's so important, and I know it can be hard, especially when you're not used to the high school setting and how fast-paced everything can be. It's really different. Okay, my third tip for you guys is ask for help. Asking for help is so important. If you're confused, just ask questions. Why would you care if someone judges you? It's your grade, not theirs. And I had to learn that the hard way. I would be very uncomfortable. I would get a lot of anxiety about asking questions, and then I was finally just like, screw y'all, like,
Excuse me, I have a question.
obviously I didn't do that. I was just like, raise my hand. And I would have to ask a lot of questions in math or, you know, stuff that I'm not very good at, but, you know, and it paid off. Oh girl, I had to ask a lot of questions in Spanish.
I'm so sorry if you were in my Spanish class.
Well, Spanish 1 anyway. Spanish 2. Sister was not having it with Spanish 2, but I tried my best. Anyways, yeah, it's your grade and not theirs, and I'm sure someone else has the same question as you do too. They're just too scared to ask, because I really was one of those people, and now I've just gained the confidence that I've been like, it is my grade, it is my GPA, it is my future, and it's not theirs. So
Anyways,
my fourth tip is, if you have a teacher who won't help you or is rude, ask your friends who understand better, because I've always struggled with math. You know, I always ended up doing really well because I work really hard and I put all my effort and I ask questions when necessary, but I'm so bad at math. Like, I'm terrible at it. But when I had an unhelpful teacher, my friends that are good at math helped out. And they're just like, they get it first try, they just know what the heck is going on, and us non-math brain people really appreciate y'all. So if you have a teacher that's not helpful, make sure to go to a friend who knows what's going on, or maybe even just like talk to a different teacher that you've had. Like, even if they're not math teachers, I've had teachers help me out who are not math teachers before, so that's also helpful as well. And then my fifth tip is try to get to know your teachers. Showing that you're interested makes teachers know that you actually care. I've noticed a total difference in my teachers from when I didn't ask questions about them and I was just there for the class, but now I ask personal questions, when the opportunity permits it, if they're just talking about something, I'll be like, oh, like one teacher, she has kids, and I just say like, oh, how old are they? Like, what do they do? Not distracting them from what's going on, but like if you have free time, just like, it's nice to get to know them, and it shows them that you actually care about them and they're not just a teacher to you. And I feel like that gives you a more personal connection. So my sixth tip is if your grades are suffering, make sure to ask for bonus. Some teachers provide bonus and others don't provide it. It's not their thing. But if they do bonus, it can up your grade. Like if you're at an 87 or 88, you could get a 90, ended up with an A in the class. That's a total difference, So, and then my seventh tip is study. I know it's hard to stay focused and to stay motivated, but it truly pays off. And if you procrastinate studying, please do not stay up all night trying to make up for it. Just study as much as you can, and then get a good amount of sleep. And then study before you leave before you have class the next day. And make flashcards whenever possible. Flashcards are so helpful, especially for me. It helps you remember the topic by just writing it down, and you can always have flashcards with you. So when you're free for a couple of minutes, you can just whip them out and study. Also, by the way, I'm looking down a lot just because I have notes. I'm trying to be more organized about this and not just ramble, So I have notes down here of like reminding me of what I want to say. And then my eighth tip is to take good notes. Don't try to write word for word or you're going to get behind. I did that beginning, probably all of freshman year actually, because I was just so worried I was going to miss something that was so important, was going to be on the test. I was so stressed. And that does not work, sis.
Do not do that.
If you're so worried about it, ask them to send you the slideshow. I promise you they will. Anyways, ask questions during the lecture if you don't understand. Also, try to write the date when you start taking that day's lecture notes, because it'll help you keep organized. And if you miss a day, you know exactly where you stopped the last time, and you can easily get notes from anyone else. And my ninth tip is to join extracurriculars. I did a lot of extracurricular classes throughout high school. If you get a C or something in one of your harder classes, say my freshman year, or I think I got in Spanish too, sister was really struggling in Spanish too. I got a C, but my GPA didn't really suffer that much because I had so many extracurriculars. So if you get a C or something in one of your harder classes, you get all A's in your extracurriculars, it'll bring your GPA up immensely. Because I was taking, so just to give you an example, so freshman, sophomore, junior year, I had 4 core classes. Everyone has, those 4 core classes, English, a math, a science, and a history,
I'm just gonna basic it down.
So I had those 4 core classes, and then I was taking freshman and sophomore year, I took 2 choirs and technically 2 bands. It was 1 band during the day and then 1 marching band. So that also factors into my GPA as a grade. So I did 2 choirs and 2 bands, and so getting all A's in those 4 classes, if I just had 1 C among A's and maybe 1 or 2 B's, it really boosted my grade just because that was there for me, and it was really helpful. So if you ever get in a bind like that, I would just really suggest it. Anything that you like doing, whether it be art or choir, drama, journalism, super fun, marching band, whatever extracurricular you think you would enjoy doing, take it. Because if it's one of those, classes where as long as you try and you do what you're supposed to do, you can get an A, then you will be boosting your GPA automatically. And I didn't even mean to do that. That was just something that happened. I was like, oh, that's nice. Anyways, and my 10th and final tip for this video is be careful who you hang out with. Some people are bad influences and not helpful in the goals that you're trying to achieve. I'm not trying to say don't be friends with them, or just try to surround yourself with people who push you towards your goal and not hold you back. Just throughout high school, I've had a few people, they weren't really getting me to where I needed to go. Not that people should do that for you, just they weren't really helping me, and they could have a negative impact on me at some point. So just make sure you're surrounding yourself with good people who are going to support you, and make sure you're motivated, and make sure you're still on track for those goals. So that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I had a really fun time thinking of these things because, you know, if I had these tips at the beginning of high school, you know, I probably could have done better freshman year. I didn't do terrible freshman year. It's just I wasn't working to my full potential just because of many different things. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you're about to be a freshman in high school, or if you're just still in high school right now and you need some extra tips on how to boost your grades and how to do better and how to get your GPA up there, these are the tips and tricks, and I'll see you next time.
Don't know what you got till it's gone, my dear. So tell me